Meanwhile, the Russia-Ukraine tensions are at an all-time high. The threat of a conflict looms large over Eastern Europe. And in the middle of it all, President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine has signed a decree to increase the size of Ukraine's armed forces. With this, the Ukrainian president aims to increase the army's strength by about 100,000 troops over the course of the next 3 years. However, Volodymyr Zelensky said that this does not mean that war with Russia is imminent. Remember, in his recent address, Zelensky has repeatedly urged the West to not spread panic. He's also said that such a narrative is actually capable of destabilizing Ukraine's economy. Speaking in the parliament, Zelensky has urged the lawmakers to stay calm and united and not to exploit a standoff with Russia for political gains. Volodymyr Zelensky made the comments ahead of talks with the NATO member nations. NATO member states have rallied around Ukraine in recent weeks. The United States, Britain and Poland are amongst the nations that are offering military aid to Kiev, while calling for tougher sanctions against Moscow if Russia were to decide to launch an attack.
Support for Ukraine is the biggest since 2014. Unconditional and ongoing. Military aid for Ukraine is the biggest since 2014, priceless and continues to come.
Now, with tensions on the rise, last week the European Union chief had proposed a €1.2 billion financial aid package for Ukraine. Ursula von der Leyen said that the package will be made up of both emergency loans and also grants.
Today, the Commission has proposed a new macro-financial assistance programme for Ukraine of up to €1.2 billion. As announced by President von der Leyen last week. This programme will enhance the macroeconomic stability of Ukraine and the overall resilience of the country in the current context. MFA funds will be made available to Ukraine in the form of long-term loans on highly favourable terms. A swift adoption of this proposal by the Council and the European Parliament will allow the Commission to immediately disburse a first tranche of €600 million. The second tranche will be paid following a positive assessment of progress by the Ukrainian authorities in a limited number of short-term policy measures.
Now, there are currently nearly about 250,000 people in Ukraine's armed forces, which are vastly outnumbered and also outgunned by the kind of equipment that Russia can in fact deploy. Concerned with the security of their homeland, Ukraine's defense reservists have also taken a vow to take up weapons in case the fighting were to come to the cities. They've started practicing with guns and training for patrol and ambush. Wion is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.